about traffic control.
Listen
and,
up.
Being aware of your surroundings. Basically, if you're on a main road or if there's a lot of traffic on a corner, anything like that, you want to make sure you cone everything off. Make sure you set up appropriately so everybody is safe. If you know you're going to have traffic control, go talk to Aaron. Make sure we bring the right signs and so forth. Also, I want to talk about like a spotter, like somebody who looks at the truck while somebody else is pulling out. We had an issue 2 weeks ago. It was a really tight driveway. We barely got in, and yes, Truva had a one spotter on the one side, but there wasn't another spot on the other side. If it's something that's real tight and you need two people on both sides, because as he cut the wheel, the guy was looking at the front and basically the back end of the chipper scraped down a wall and we have to replace it. The lady was very not happy. Basically, just your surroundings. Just make sure everything is, up to par.
On that note, when you have your bucket, we did a job over Ridley Creek. Hey, we did a job on Ridley Creek and South Orange. When you're coming out like a heavily wooded area with the bucket frontwards, make sure you have a spotter out there, because there was a box truck coming down. What the hell was that? South Orange. And luckily the box truck stopped, or Richie's boom would have went right into the side of it. He didn't really see it because he's trying to get out the fucking driveway. I'm down the road looking up the hill. Nothing I could do because it was too late, because the guy's coming down. He hit the brakes and stopped and kind of went around Richie. Make sure you have a spotter, all right? Frontwards, backwards, two guys. And if you're going to be out there in heavy traffic, please put the vest on at least. All right, those cars, you see how they go, man? They fly down the roads. The stop slow, the hand gesture is one thing, but you got the stop slow signs. Just take them out there, guys. They're right there on the trucks for you to use. All right?
Say if we not call Aaron,
Well, if you have traffic control, check with Aaron and check with the guy who did the job. Make sure you're bringing the appropriate signs, because sometimes the signage isn't on the paperwork. So you want to confirm with both people so you have the right stuff.
All right.
All right, one other thing while I got you guys here. Jake brought this up. The binders for holding down the machines. Give them a look over when you're chaining the machines down. This binder is completely stretched and the links actually broke. So obviously it's not going to do any good. When you guys are chaining these things down, obviously inspect them. But also, you don't have to like stand on these things to chain them down. You want to snug them up and give the chain a little kick to make sure that the loops, bounce over the sharp parts of the buckets or the bobcats, whatever, and the trailers. When you guys are wrenching these things down, I'm looking at them. You got them all the chain zigzag, this and that. You want to try and keep them as symmetric as possible on each side, so that the chains don't loosen up. But also, some of the trailers are starting to like bend in like this. It's way too tight. So this is obviously what happens. These things are rated for ungodly amount of weight. To stretch the steel like that, I mean, this happens over years and years. Rick's buying these every month. I mean, to stretch and break steel like that is a little crazy. So spend a little more time chaining these things down properly, and this won't happen, and you don't need to keep them this tight. So for the guys that are bringing the machines, inspect your chains today. Before you go out of the yard, give a little visual, because you might not notice that they're cracked. I mean, this one just broke this weekend, but it's rusty, which means it was cracked for a long time, and it was just a matter of time before it's going to pop off. And when it pops off, it's going to shoot into traffic, bounce your machine and everything else. You'll be dragging a 20-foot chain behind the trailer, and I'm sure it's going to, when it gets wrapped up in the wheel, it's going to cause some catastrophes. So be aware of that. Everybody good? Anything they got to bring up? All right, a lot of wind this weekend. So when you guys are out there, keep an eye on hangers and broken tops and everything else. If it wasn't called in as a storm job, people might not have realized that stuff's interlocked together and whatnot. All right? All right, let's head out.